Hey guys, how are you? My name is Teacher Russell and I am an online English teacher. I have been doing this job for almost 15 years now. And so I am here to be able to give you some tips and the things that you have to do when you are going to apply as an English teacher in different companies. Unfortunately, my company right now is not hiring new teachers. It's because we're kind of small, but I think there are a lot of other companies out there, just like 51 Talk or Akansock or Native Camp or Bizmade or Rare Job. I think you guys know a lot of other companies, and I think with all these companies, most of them have the same kind of recruitment process or qualifications when you want to apply as an English teacher. As far as I know, and I asked some of my friends too, if you want to apply as an English tutor or an English teacher, I think the very first requirement is you have to be at least in the second year in college, and also you need to be able to speak English. Maybe not super duper fluently, but at least you know how to communicate and to make yourself being understood, and having a neutral accent, of course, is a plus. Yes, they're kind of strict about that, especially with some other companies. My own company too, even if we're small, but I think we are more strict compared to other companies, because in my company, it's not allowed to apply if you are just in a second year college. You have to be at least a graduate of a 4-year course. Any kind of courses, it's okay. Even if your major is not English or education, it's fine, as long as you can speak English well. And if you have any call center experience, that will be awesome. That's also an additional point. And of course, if you have any experiences when it comes to teaching, that's a plus point also. So I asked some of my friends, and they say in applying, you need to take a TESOL certificate. They require you that as, a standard requirement. And also you need to prepare a demo. There will be an interviewer who will call you and ask you to do a demo teaching. I'm not sure for how many minutes though, but in my company, it's just 1 minute video. You have to introduce yourself and you have to tell them why, you can be a good teacher for the students, especially that we are dealing with mostly the junior students, okay, the young kids. We have some students who are seniors, they are businessmen. They usually have business English, of course, as their lessons or presentations, because most of the time they use English to have a presentation when they go abroad to present their products or their company to other nationalities. So that's why. But for young kids, it is important to be perky, of course. Put that smile on your face. It's really important because kids don't want to have a boring teacher. And I think it's important to tell them your edge. And for example, saying you're a very patient teacher, you can handle tantrums because that happens sometimes. Okay, in my company, we actually have to get a grammar test. You need to pass the grammar test. And after that, you will be getting an interview with the managers. So I think there are 3 interviews that you need to pass. And please make sure to actually check the websites of each company that you want to apply for, especially when it comes to the specs of the computer or the laptop, because I think that's important. They're checking it. At 51 Talk and Akansock, I think they're really checking on that one. So I think you really have to have a high specs when it comes to the laptop. And I think that's important. And of course, for interviews, I just want you to prepare a really good headset and make sure your background is plain like this, white, or if the company is asking you to put their company name as a backdrop, then I guess you have to do that also. But as simple as it is, no clutter in the background. Make sure that your background is not noisy. Well, you can also buy a headset that has a noise reduction system. So yes, that will be great because I think it's very good for having online classes. I asked my students about that. They say they couldn't even hear any background, even if my son's kind of noisy sometimes. So I think that's very helpful. And yes, you have to be confident enough to face the interviewer. I know it's not easy. We normally get nervous, but please practice, practice, practice. speaking in front of the mirror. That's really important. Try to memorize all the interview questions. I think you can find a lot of interview questions online, like the most commonly asked interview questions. I'm sorry I cannot give you that because, well, I've been in this company for a long time now, so I think I kind of forget the, basic questions that were being asked. But I hope that this video is still very helpful for you guys. And I think if you have any questions, you can ask Teacher Kathy. Please go ahead and put your comments down, and I think he'll be willing to answer that for you. Thank you so much for listening, and have a great day. Bye.